What's up, my people? This is your boy, the Frontline Soldier, and you're tuned in to another episode of Taking the Word to the Curb. We got a very exciting, hype show for you today, a very informative show planned for you today. We're going to hit you with some videos, but also we're going to let you in on a little information about a church down in Tampa, Florida. My boy Urban D doing big things down there with his church crossover, the whole hip-hop church, the world's first hip-hop church. And we've talked about it at some time in the past about his ministry and everything down there. But we're going to give you some information. He's going to take you through some steps of how crossover began and that kind of stuff. But first, we're going to hit you with a video, and it's with Fifth Avenue Jones and Moving On, and then we'll be right back, and we'll start showing you a little bit about Urban D. So stay tuned and be blessed.
Feeling this way, brother, it's not alright, but yes, okay. Now I'll be leaving out, moving away. Don't talk about it, prove it to me to stay. I had to pray when I was hoping to get back with you too, but you ain't ready on the regular, be acting a fool like confetti in the wind when wherever you blew. But now I'm tired and too old to pretend. That's why I'm
You don't understand that I bust, go line for line and over impeccable timing. Rappers in front of me shining, trying to catch them from behind, and it's true. No man's an island, so I'm through clubbing and wildin'. No running from commitment, trying to do 4-minute miling. Now with you, I'm always smiling because I love a challenge. You're gray, girl, let me smother you with color from my palette. You say I'm tripping, be thinking I'm talking smack, but if I walk out the door, baby, I won't come back. How many times I done put up with your wine and girl, if you don't appreciate me, I'ma find someone. I'm all this real with it, you know I ain't trying to play. You feeling me? All my homies say, hey,
If he really wanna be with me, we can start a family. If not, then brother, move on, just go away. 'Cause I ain't got time to play, working on the 5 all day. Go up and you can move on, just move on. Don't be coming with no drama.
Your mama looking at me like, what my daughter seeing this? Dreadlock having always had me like I'm being fresh. Bought me a new car, you bang the keys like a pianist. Your mama say she hate it, then why she always being it? Questioning my gear and why I dress this way. Had to tell her dad rocks like I'm Shantae. Plus I love your daughter, I treat her like she Nefertiti, man.
Welcome to the Unorthodox documentary. If you look at that word unorthodox, Webster defines it as breaking from convention, breaking from tradition. And if there was one word that could sum up our ministry here at Crossover, that would definitely be it. Definitely hasn't been conventional or traditional, and it's been amazing what God has done here over the years. And so with this documentary, we want to introduce you to some of the people whose lives have been touched by God, and also introduce you to some of those that serve day in and day out. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome to our story.
Crossover Church was planted in the early 90s in the city of Tampa by a group of people who were burned out with organized religion. They had a heart to reach the urban community. Around that same time, Tommy Colonen was in his second semester of Bible college in the Philadelphia area and felt a definite calling to do urban ministry. He decided to leave the area he grew up in and relocate over 1,000 miles away to Southeastern University in Florida, where he would continue to pursue his degree in ministry. As he neared the end of his 4-year degree, he found himself unexpectedly interning at a church in Clearwater, Florida. Although he planned on returning up north, this Clearwater connection opened up some other unexpected doors.
So we're going to take you guys today to visit a couple of key spots that kind of helped shape me, get me ready for what was next with crossover and whatnot. And I'm gonna go talk to a couple of people that helped kind of connect the dots as God put it all together. So let's roll.
I'll never forget when Tommy came to work as an intern, as really an intern from Southeastern College here at our church. I brought him in after he'd been here a couple of weeks, and I said, Tommy, I want you to come back in a couple of days, and this is going to be your project. You decide what it is that you want to do here at the church. And Tommy went away, and he came back, and he said, I want to have a basketball league for underprivileged young people here in the community. I said, that's a great idea. Where are we going to do that? We don't have a gym. He said, well, I was thinking we'd put up, thought we'd put up portable basketball goals over on the parking lot, Shell Hall. And I said, well, that's great, Tommy. Problem. These guys that you're talking about, they've got great outdoor courts down the street. Why should they come up here and play on our portable courts when they've got better facilities where they live? And Tommy didn't really know the answer to that. I said, so come back and tell me how we're going to do it. So a couple of days later, Tommy comes back and he says, I'll tell you, Pastor, how we're going to do it. I said, okay, what is it? He said, we're going to give every kid that's involved in the league a brand new pair of tennis shoes. And I said, that's great. That's great. I said, how are we going to pay for that? We don't have any money. We don't have a budget for it. I'll never forget the day that the league was over with. We had 100 young men, their families, people from the community, leaders from the community in our church that day. It was a celebration that I'll never forget. Tommy had gotten the local car dealership to commit to buying all of those kids' tennis shoes that played in the league. And that morning we gave out 100 pairs of Nikes. It was just a great day to see those kids, to see their parents, to see the connection between our church and the community. It was one of the great moments of my ministry over the last 30 years. Just enjoyed it. It was great. And Tommy and my relationship has always been special because I saw this young man's faith and his willingness to get down in the dirt and do whatever he had to do to reach the people that he felt God was calling him to at the time.
Hi. A number of years ago, I was driving down the street right here with my daughter, and in this very parking lot, there was scads of kids, dozens of kids playing ball. And I looked at the kid, and I said to my daughter, Julie, do you know that kid? She said, yeah, that's Tommy Colonen. He goes to Southeastern with me. And I said, you know him very well? I said, oh, man, I know him really well. I said, he's got this church playing basketball. We need him over in Tampa and Crossover where he can do about anything he wants to do with kids. So I called Tommy, or Julia hooked it up, and we had lunch one day, and I just did everything I could to try to tell Tommy he needed to come to Crossover, and the city of Tampa was waiting for him, and I tried to give him the best sell job I could, but God was in it, and Tommy did come to Crossover, worked with Pastor Joe McCutcheon then, and him and I got a bunch of basketball going in the city, and that came into the youth department, and then I became